laugh, like, subscribe.
A busload of politicians was driving down a country road when, all of a sudden, the bus ran off the road and crashed into a tree in an old farmer's field. The old farmer, after seeing what had happened, went over to investigate. He then dug a hole and buried the politicians. A few days later, the local sheriff came out, saw the crashed bus, and asked the old farmer where all the politicians had gone. The old farmer said he had buried them. The sheriff asked the old farmer, "Were they all dead?" The old farmer replied, "Well, some of them said they weren't, but you know how them politicians lie." Haggard and tired Fred returns home from a long day of golf with his golf buddies. Fred's wife greets him at the door and, seeing his condition, exclaims, "Honey, you look awful. How was your game?" Heaving a sigh, Fred replies, "Worst game of golf I've ever played." His wife asked what happened. He went on to explain, "Charlie had a heart attack and dropped dead on the first tee." "Oh, that's just terrible," his wife exclaimed. "It was terrible," Fred replied. "All day long it was, hit the ball, drag Charlie, hit the ball, drag Charlie." A man walking down the street noticed a small boy trying to reach the doorbell of a house. Even when he jumped up, he couldn't quite reach it. The man decided to help the boy, walked up onto the porch and pushed the doorbell. He looked down at the boy, smiled and asked, "What now?" The boy answered, "Now we run like crazy." The head nun tells the two new nuns that they have to paint their room without getting any paint on their clothes. So the one nun says to the other, "Hey, let's take all our clothes off, fold them up, and lock the door." So they do this, and begin painting their room. Soon they hear a knock at the door. They ask, "Who is it?" "Blind man." The nuns look at each other, then one nun says, "He's blind, he can't see. What could it hurt?" They let him in. The blind man walks in and says, "Hey, nice. Where do you want me to hang the blinds?"